Anthony Edwards, his stock is all the way up, and that is the truth. And speaking of which, it's time to dust off a little game, cap or no cap. Does everyone here know what cap means, Tim? You know
I know what cap means.
Okay, I'm proud of you. We got caps. So
we don't
can,
have caps, though. We have hats.
We have hats, but we'll just make sure that we're saying that these are caps today, okay?
Yeah,
so
we'll play along.
Let's start with the Ant-Man himself.
Let's streak become consistent. Y'all in trouble. If we can become consistent, if we can somehow become older than what we are early, we got to be older early.
So Anthony Edwards is looking for consistency. How about this, Perk? Anthony Edwards will be consistent enough to be a 1A on a championship team. Cap or no cap?
No cap. No cap. I'm all the way in on this one. And look, let me go back to what he just said. When he said if we could find a way to grow older, like, be older right now, meaning the only way you get older in the NBA is by experience. And last year, that run helped them out. Going through the defending champs, then get mopped up by the Dallas Mavericks is going to make each one of those guys, individuals on that roster, come back better. And again, Anthony Edwards, every single time he steps on the floor, and especially when he going against another young superstar, he wants to prove that that guy is not on his level. Hell, he proved it to his own GOAT and Kevin Durant in the postseason.
Yeah, and every time he plays international competition, he comes back better, from world championships to the Olympics. Now, next up, let's stick in the West. Klay Thompson knows a little bit about winning championships.
Persevered through, a low seed and beat some incredibly talented teams, whether it was Kobe Lakers or KD's Thunder and even the Heatles of Miami. It was just a run that was so inspiring, and it was cool to watch that and try and replicate that in the upcoming season.
Tim, Dallas is coming off their first NBA Finals appearance since 2011. Now that they have Klay Thompson, though, in the mix, they should be the favorites out west. Cap or no cap?
Well, I'm going to go cap on this one. And it's partly because of the amount of talent that's out in the Western Conference. I mean, Oklahoma City Thunder are the unquestioned favorites right now after the summer they had, getting Alex Caruso, getting Isaiah Hartenstein, keeping the rest of their team together. I think the Dallas is going to be very good. They should be one of the top 4 teams in the West, along with Minnesota and Denver, at least as it sits right now. But I'm a little concerned about the fit with Klay Thompson in the starting lineup. If you have him, Luka Doncic, and Kyrie Irving all out there together, you run into some of the same defensive problems that we saw happen in Golden State last year. If Klay was going to be the full-time 6th man for this team, and you had Najee Marshall slide in there as a starter, I'd like to fit a lot better. I'd probably bump the Mavs up a little bit. Maybe that'll eventually be where this gets. But look, Dallas is going to be very good. I think Klay is going to help them, but I don't think they're the favorites out west. So therefore, I'm going hat, I guess, since we got hats here.
Hat. It's
hat
cap.
instead of no hat. I know.
How about this, from Klay's new team to his old team? Steph Curry was out in China this weekend opening the Curry Brand House, his first brick-and-mortar store for Curry Brand out in Chengdu. And he had to hit them with that celebration. Night-night. David, cap or no cap? Steph's got the best celebration in the NBA.
Y'all can put y'all Carmen Sandiego hats to the side because this is no cap whatsoever. We're going to put this to bed right here. Stephen Curry has the best celebration. Look, it's been on the international stage, used it for gold medals, used it for championships. He's not only used it, Lionel Messi has used it. You can use it in any situation. You win a basketball game, you say night-night. You take out the trash successfully, you say night-night. Put the kids to bed, you say night-night. It is a universal celebration from one Wardell Stephen Curry, which, once again, I may remind everybody, went to the Davidson College.
Okay, there we go. We knew it was going to happen at some point in this show. Look, my choice actually is from the guy next up, the silencer, from Steph to LeBron. It was 4 years ago today that LeBron James was named to his record 16th All-NBA team, passing Kareem, Tim Duncan, and Kobe Bryant for the most ever by a single player. That number is now up to 20, Kendrick Perkins. So cap or no cap, LeBron will make another All-NBA team before it's all said and done.
Oh, no cap. Look, LeBron is going to make a few All-NBA teams until he retires. And I mean minimum 2. Look, He's going to always pour everything into the game of basketball. And he said that himself. He said, if I get to the point where I feel like I'm cheating the game, I'm going to walk away. So if he's on the floor, you better believe that we're going to get the best LeBron James. Don't come give me nothing about his age and that he's turning 40 this year. We've been saying that since he turned 35, and we're still talking about how he's defeated for the time. Long as he's on the floor, LeBron James is going to be an all-NBA caliber player, and he's going to make a few of them before he retires.
Biggest issue with LeBron making more all-NBA teams, and I would agree with you, Perk, I think it's fair to say he can make one or more going forward, given how good he's been consistently, is whether he's going to stay healthy, right? With these new 65-game minimum requirements to be eligible to make the all-NBA team, there's a couple of years, the past few years, where LeBron didn't play 65 games and therefore couldn't have made an All-NBA team that he did in the past because that rule didn't exist. Now, this past year, he was healthy, had one of his healthiest years in a while. He played great. So hopefully we see that again for the next couple of years. But he is approaching his 40th birthday in a couple of months, and he is in his 22nd NBA season. And so it is fair to assume that there's going to be some health problems, even if he is playing at a high level. So that's where you have to wonder whether he's going to be able to be out there for enough games to qualify. But if he does, certainly got to like his chances based on the way he played this summer with Team USA.
Those are excellent reminders, Tim. But one thing we know for sure in life, what is it? Death, taxes, and LeBron James averaging 25 points per game in an NBA season. You can book that. Now, last but not least, we're going to have some fun because we all know, I know you like that, Perk. Caitlin Clark set the WNBA record for most assists in a single season. But she doesn't stop when the clock hits 0. Check out her arm as she's firing balls up into the second level, the second deck over the weekend.
Well, I just saw her throw it. I didn't even see where it landed.
Remind you of something,
well,
right?
No, but I mean, we didn't see where it landed. They just showed her. This one is crazy.
A couple of teams might need the QBs, right? Like, we've got Caitlin, we've got Kelsey. You remember this from San Antonio?
I mean, Bryce Young just got benched in Carolina. They're having some trouble. Maybe they should go look for Kelsey.
Man, life comes at you fast. Now, cap or no cap, Caitlin has the better arm than Kelsey Plum, David? Both? Both of them? Both caps?
That is all cap. That is all new era fitted snapback cap. Kelsey Plum did that in street clothes, jeans, and a t-shirt and threw that thing into the upper deck. Kelsey Plum can go and be the quarterback at half the teams in the NFL right now just with that throw. It was the slow motion. She had the hair laid to the side. All that stuff was going on, and it came out of nowhere. It is an iconic social media moment from Kelsey Plum. Caitlin Clark can break a whole bunch of records. She ain't breaking that one.
How about this slow motion hair laid? Let's see if I can do it here. Oh, did I hit it? I don't know if I hit it. That was close enough for a receiver to, like, right in the
pocket.
pocket.
Not to break the camera.
You're right, exactly. Safety comes first.
Monopoly on future draft picks underscores Warriors' urgency to win now. Some teams are built to win now, others are focused on the future, and then there's the Golden State Warriors, walking a fine line between both worlds. The debate over the Warriors' direction has once again taken center stage this offseason. While the team has shown a willingness to entertain trade talks for all-star caliber players, they've hesitated to fully commit when it comes to actually acquiring them. If you need further proof that Golden State must prioritize Steph Curry and the current window for success, look no further than a recent article by ESPN's Bobby Marks. He outlines the immense draft capital held by several teams, which further highlights the Warriors' pressing need to capitalize on the present. Certain teams hold a virtual monopoly over future drafts, underscoring that the Golden State Warriors need to seize the moment. This should be particularly alarming for teams in the Western Conference. 4 teams hold control of the next 7 drafts, each with at least 12 first-round picks, and 3 of those teams, the Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio Spurs, and Utah Jazz, reside in the West. What's even more concerning is that both the Thunder and Spurs already have franchise superstars. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is in the MVP conversation, and Victor Wembanyama is poised to join him, possibly as early as next season. Meanwhile, the Jazz boasts their own all-star in Lauri Markkanen, whom the Warriors unsuccessfully tried to acquire this offseason. Oklahoma City topped the conference last season and is a strong favorite to do so again. Once Wembanyama reaches his full potential, it would take an unthinkable catastrophe or serious mismanagement to keep the Thunder and Spurs from ruling the West by the late 2020s. While the Warriors still possess 6 of their 7 future first-round picks, they owe a top 20 protected pick to the Washington Wizards in 2030. Thanks to the Jordan Poole-Chris Paul trade, they're far from the most precarious position. But how will they compete with teams like OKC or the Spurs in a few years, when Curry is no longer at his peak? It would take incredible front office brilliance and a fair amount of luck. While Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski are immensely talented young players, they can't match the depth and talent stockpiled by OKC and San Antonio. The irony is that, to fully prioritize the current window, the Warriors would have to sacrifice their future draft capital, essentially giving another team more control over upcoming drafts. Mark's analysis serves as yet another reminder of the challenges Golden State will face in the years ahead and why it's crucial for the franchise to extract everything they can from their roster over the next season or two.